Hey guys, so this video is, well, I'm starting it a little bit late, but I am currently reading The Duke and I, which is the first novel in the Bridgerton series, which is obviously a very popular show on Netflix that I adore, and I thought I would film a little reading vlog. I'm like halfway through the book already, so I guess it's like half of a reading vlog, but I just wanted to do a quick little vlog because I really am enjoying this book, but I thought I would just give my thoughts on it compared to the show. So today, the day I am filming this part of it, it is March 24th, and tomorrow, March 25th, Bridgerton season 2 comes out on Netflix, and so I started reading this about a week ago, and fun fact, I bought this like right after the first season was released, and I haven't read it yet. It was sitting on my shelf, and I kept telling myself, oh, I'm gonna read it before season 2 comes out. I'm gonna read it before season 2 comes out. Season 2 is here. It's basically here, and I still have not read it. So I was like, I need to pick this up ASAP. And so, like I said, I'm halfway through. I'm really enjoying it. I will say, so far, I enjoy the show better than the book. And usually for me, that's what happens when I like watch something before I read it, or vice versa. I prefer whatever I did first, so whether it's reading or watching. So I prefer the show, but I am enjoying the book. I'm still entertained. I just find the show more entertaining, if that makes any sense. But, and spoiler alert, I'm gonna be talking about one thing if you haven't watched or read. Fast forward now. But I think I like Daphne better in the show. I think in the book she's not as like strong-willed as she is. I just read the scene where Simon and Anthony have their duel, and in the show Daphne like comes in, and the same thing happens in the book where she like comes in, but like in the show she like forces Colin to take her to where they are. Meanwhile in the book, Colin like feels so bad for her, and like she starts crying, and it's like, oh, woe was me kind of, and you need to take me, damsel in distress kind of thing, where in the show she kind of like forces him to bring her to that duel. And then in the same thing, like in the book, she does interrupt their duel and has, you know, a minute to talk to the dude before they do anything, and she's like, oh my god, you need to save me, you need to marry me, people saw us in the garden. Whereas like in the show she's like, no, people saw us, you're gonna marry me, and that's it. And so Daphne is more strong-willed in the show, and like a bit of a stronger character in the show, which I like so much better. I'm really glad that they made her like that and they changed her a little bit from the book. But I also will say the book has their like Simon and Daphne's like back and forth. They really did that well in the show compared to the book, so I really liked that they kept their like banter, and I'm just really excited to keep reading. I was a little disappointed I didn't realize this was only gonna be like from Simon and Daphne's perspective pretty much. Like there's a little bit of the three older brothers, Anthony, Benedict, and Colin, but you don't really see much of the other characters. The Featheringtons have like been briefly mentioned, and I did a little like research myself and found out that you kind of get a little bit more of like, you get a little bit of like Marina, but it's not until Colin's book. Yeah, I wish I got more of that, but I get like they had to take some liberties in the show, but I think the show took like the spirit of the book and went with it, and I like that. But I'm still enjoying this book so far. I think like I've been watching as I'm reading, so like I do that a lot where I'll like read a chapter and then watch like that scene. I'm a very visual person, so as much as I love reading, I do also love watching something. I've been enjoying like rewatching the show and reading it in like tandem. I'm hoping to finish this by the end of the week. I think I'm gonna end up finishing the second season before I finish this book. I'm gonna try and get through a lot more of this today, and hopefully I can get a good chunk of the way through. And this book in particular has a second epilogue. Like it's from another book that she wrote, but it's another epilogue that's like in the future. I like skimmed a little bit. I sometimes I'm one of those people where I sometimes read the end of the book before I finish. Don't come at me. I did like glance at it because I was like, what the heck is a second epilogue? That's it for this clip. Let's see how far I get in this video. So I needed to paint my nails because they were chipping really bad, and don't mind the messiness of it, but I picked out this lilac color because I thought it matched the book cover. And I was like, you know what, it's perfect, it's so fitting, and it matches like the colors in the wisteria on the cover of the book. But yeah, so now my nails are Bridgerton vibes. So I just made some tea because aesthetic purposes, but also I wanted tea. Yes, I know it's in a Cinderella cup, but this is my like prettiest, like fanciest mug that I have. I'm gonna have some tea and continue reading this book. I did just have lunch and I read some more of it. I'm on page 257, so let's get back into this. So it is the end of the day on March 25th, the day that Bridgerton is released on Netflix, and I'm currently watching it. I'm on episode 4 of season 2, and I haven't read anything today. I'm still where I was last night, which is page 290, probably about 150 pages left, but I haven't read anything today. 1, because of work, and 2, because I've been busy watching Bridgerton. So I woke up early this morning to watch it before I got up and ready for work, and now I'm just sitting in bed watching and not reading. But I'm hoping, I am going into the city tomorrow, and I'm hoping to read some on the train. I hope to finish it by Sunday. Let's keep our fingers crossed that we finish it by Sunday, but let's be honest, I'm probably gonna finish watching season 2 of Bridgerton and then start the show from the beginning again, because why not? Also, I know this is more of a reading vlog, but I will say I'm really enjoying season 2. I love like characters coming back. Like right now Marina's back, and I didn't think they would bring her back just because her story kind of ended. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it, so I'm gonna stop vlogging now and finish watching. So it is now March 29th, Tuesday. So I finished reading The Duke and I, which is the first novel in the Bridgerton series. Obviously that is what this entire vlog is based on, but I really enjoyed reading this. I had a great time reading it, but I will say it was like a solid 3.5 stars for me. I definitely prefer the show. I think the characters in the show are so much better than they are in the book. I still enjoyed reading it. I just had a fun time reading it. I enjoyed the show, and it was interesting to see where the show came from. Like I mentioned earlier in the vlog, Simon I didn't have too much of a problem with. It was Daphne's character that I did not love in the book. I much prefer Daphne in the show. I think she's just a much stronger character and stands up for herself more than she does was in the book. I don't know what else to say except I enjoyed reading it. It was like solid 3 stars. So like if you are really enjoying the show and you're curious to read the books, I would say at least read the first one. What I plan on doing is taking it book by book. I'm not gonna commit to the whole series right now just because I don't know what it's gonna be like. So I have the Viscount Who Loved Me coming in the mail, so I definitely will be reading that one, and then I'll decide once I finish that one if I want to continue, or once I finish watching the season, the 3rd season, if I want to continue. I'm not committing to the whole series. I'm just really glad that I finally read this book because it's been sitting on my bookshelf for over a year now. So I'm just happy to check this one off my list, and I wanted to read it within March, and I did. I've started and finished it within March, so I'm happy about that. Also, I do want to point out that, and maybe I'm just realizing this because I'm also reading this particular book right now, Daphne and Simon really remind me of Christian and Anna's relationship from 50 Shades of Grey. Right now I'm in the middle of, well, I have been for like 2 months now because I haven't been able to pick it up because I've had other things going on, but I'm in the middle of Freed, which is the 3rd book in the series. Just from Christian's perspective, I did notice that there were just a few things here and there that reminded me about Christian and Anna in this book, like the whole fact that Simon doesn't want to have children and that, you know, he had a rough upbringing and Daphne helps him and all of that. And I think that could be a reason why I enjoyed this book more than I expected to, because I know I loved the show and I did love the 1st season more than I do the 2nd. I will say that. I love the 1st season more than the 2nd season, and so I think it's just because I like their relationship together, and partially that could be because I also enjoy like Christian and Anna's relationship and how that develops within the series. So they, I don't know, they just reminded me of it, and if you've read both you'll probably understand. I'm really excited to pick up the Viscount Who Loved Me. I know just from seeing things online after watching the show, after the 2nd season came out, I know there's quite a few differences in that one from the show, and just by knowing me and knowing like my reading watching habits, I think I'm gonna like the show better again than, you know, with the 2nd book, only because if I watch it first, chances are I'm gonna like it better. Who knows, maybe I'll make another reading vlog reading the 2nd book whenever I end up picking it up. But I'm just happy to say I finally finished this book after like 2 weeks. Finally. I've been so busy I haven't been able to pick it up. I am happy I read it. I do not regret reading it, and I'm very excited to pick up the 2nd book. That is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Give it a big thumbs up if you did. Leave a comment down below if you have read this book, or you plan on reading it, or you've already finished the series, and what you think about the book compared to the show and all that fun stuff. Leave a comment down below. Subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you guys in my next video.